Am I online or not?
Yes. Who's asking for the floor here?
This is Andy. I'm the fellow that Gary's talking about that took over the Independent American Party in Nye County.
Welcome, Andy.
He's talking out of turn here, but that's okay. Listen, I tuned in because Gary mentioned, I don't know how I'm coming across, but Gary mentioned the New Nevada people wanting to make a new state and get rid of Clark County. And even though there may not be, according to Gary, a valid Nevada, just because they call it New Nevada, it doesn't mean it couldn't be done, the way I see it. But Gary seems to think that the way they're going about it is wrong, so I tuned in today to get some input. Gary, you want to fill that in?
Yeah, Andy, there's some background, a buzz in your phone system there. Gary, did you want to clarify for Andy here?
Well, I've clarified that with him before, where you can't divide a state to make a state.
But you can create,
especially when you're dealing with a foreign de facto government. Anyway.
Gary. While we're waiting for Andy there, I would like some specifics on your citation about the common law of England is the law in Nevada. I've got similar citations for California and Oregon, but it'd be nice to have that for Nevada, too, if you can find a citation for me sometime.
That's NRS 1.030.
Can you send me the citation, maybe a web link to it in email?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can do that. Yeah, almost every state has a similar deal.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, but it's really good to document them because that's an extremely powerful citation.
In fact, Montana, I think, has probably the best description. Because I think they mentioned. If you know them,
please send them to me. I'm collecting citations like that because that's a trump card in any on-the-ground encounter with corrupted judicial officials.
Now, you remember I was telling you about King John III of England?
I think
so. Okay, well, anyway, I was going through some of his records, some of the stuff he put out there. Well, it turns out that court system in England, especially the Queen's Court, has been nothing but a mafia handling laundering money, a lot of heroin and child sex ring stuff. Turns out.
Yeah. That ever since the Norman Conquest, pretty much all of the courts of England have been just different clones of the Roman Empire courts of magistracy, where they can wave any kind of smoke and mirrors they want. That's how they work in civil procedure. You're absolutely right on there, Gary.
Yeah, and they break it down how it's a bank and how much money they make, just like our banks of commerce are banks too. Our courts of commerce are banks, and people don't understand what they're really all about. But yeah.